Well, new at 10, the ABC 15 investigators getting a doctor's advice on when to insist on an ambulance.
Yeah, we're hearing from dozens of people who said they called 911, but they could not convince paramedics to take them by ambulance, even when they were in a life or death situation.
ABC 15 investigator Melissa Blasius has advice every family should hear in tonight's update.
Over the past week, we've received dozens of emails and phone calls from viewers who say they too received pushback when they asked for an ambulance to a local emergency room, even though they were experiencing serious medical issues like intestinal bleeding or head trauma. Their stories similar to Bruce Sandberg's. Sandberg now mourning the death of his wife.
Shortness of breath from her heart pounding. She just said, "Please call an ambulance for me."
This was Bruce Sandberg's call for help, but when Phoenix firefighter paramedics came to his house on New Year's Eve, they decided his wife did not need an ambulance to the hospital. As Bruce drove her to the ER himself, she went unconscious and died of a heart attack.
It was heartbreaking that there could have been a chance that she could have survived.
This state firefighter union leader says they don't deny anyone an ambulance ride, but in some seemingly less serious cases, they also suggest options, like a family doctor or an urgent care.
If we were to send them all to the emergency room, then our hospitals would just be completely overrun.
Yes, hospitals can be busy, but that's why they have triage, according to emergency room doctor Mara Windsor.
If you feel that you're having an emergency and you cannot drive and you do not have anyone to drive you, you should be calling 911.
Dr. Windsor prefers patients err on the side of taking the ambulance, even if it turns out to be something minor, rather than it being something major and not getting to the hospital at all.
Some of the literature has shown that people who don't think they're having an emergency are actually having a life-threatening emergency. That's why it's really perception-based, and that's why for us emergency physicians, we feel that the patient doesn't know how to make that determination.
This ER doc says absolutely do not drive yourself if you have chest pain, low blood sugar, or stroke-like symptoms. Remember, if you ask for an ambulance, and you may have to be insistent, paramedics have a duty to take you to an emergency room, regardless of their opinion of your medical issue. I'm investigator Melissa Blasius, ABC 15, Arizona.
To share your ambulance denial story with ABC 15 investigators, email investigators@abc15.com. And to see Bruce's full story, go to abc15.com/investigators, as well as more stories from our team on popular streaming devices.